Hello, young mathematician. You're welcome to another fun-filled class. Today, we'll be treating more on division. Recall in our last class, we said division is breaking a number up into equal number of parts. Division is all about sharing. When you can share equally, it means you'll be able to divide. And we said that there are different ways that we can write division. Whenever you see that division are written in all these ways here, they mean the same thing. You should not get confused. Division has different special parts. We have different parts of division. We have the dividend, the divisor, and the quotient. And we said the dividend is the number you are dividing, the divisor is the number you are dividing by, and the quotient is the result of your division. The answer you get after dividing is always your quotient. Here, 10 is our dividend, 5 is the divisor, and 2 is the quotient. 10 divided by 5 gives us what? 2. So the result here, which is 2, is the quotient. Let's look at an example. 4 divided by 4. Divide 4 things between 4 people. Here the dividend is what? 4. The divisor is also what? 4. And our result, which is our answer, will be our quotient. So since we are having our divisor as 4, how many groups would we have? 4 groups. So we are going to have 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are going to be sharing our dividend, which is 4, between those 4 groups. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have shared our dividend in those 4 groups. How many does each group have? 1. The first group has 1, the second group has 1, the third group has 1, and the fourth group has 1. So the result of dividing 4 by 4 gives us what? 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Let's look at another example. 12 divided by 1. What does it give us? Divide 12 things for one person. What would you get? Here our divisor is 1. So what does that tell us? So we're going to have just one group. Since our divisor is 1, we have one group. And our dividend is 12. We're going to be sharing our dividend in this one group. These are one group here. Let's share our dividend 12 in this one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many does this one group has? This one group has 12 things. 12 things in this one group. So what does that tell us? 12 tells us that when you divide 12 by 1, you get what? 12. 12 divided by 1 is 12. Whenever you divide any number by 1, you get that same number. If you divide 5 by 1, you get 5. Divide 8 by 1, you get 8. So whenever you divide any number by 1, you get that same number. So there's no need for us to count next time when you see such a question. Divide any number by 1 gives you that same number. Word problem on division. Let's take our first example. 15 sweets are divided equally among 3 girls. How many sweets will each girl get? If you divide 15 sweets among 3 girls, how many sweets will each girl get? Here our dividend is what? 15. Our divisor is 3. We're going to be sharing 15 sweets between these 3 girls. So how many groups are we going to have? 3 groups, because our divisor is what? 3. So we're having 3 groups. So we're going to share 15 between these 3 groups. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Always remember that what you allocate to the first, allocate to the second, to the number of groups you have. Always remember that. Don't allocate everything in one group. Allocate according to the groups you have in your question. So we have 3 groups here. How many do we have in one group? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second group also have what? 5. And the third group is also 5. So what does that tell us? It tells us that when we divide 15 by 3, we get what? 5. So each girl will have 5 sweets. Each girl will have 5 sweets. So you see, division is quite easy. Just when you divide equally, you get your correct answer. Test on divisibility. Test on divisibility. Divisibility has rules. When you know these rules, you'll be able to divide without even, when you just look at the question, you'll be able to divide without solving. Divisibility is when numbers are divided evenly without leaving a remainder. When you divide numbers without leaving a remainder, that's what divisibility. There are rules, and these rules will tell us if a number is divisible by another number without actually carrying out the division process. Without counting, this divisibility rule will tell us if you can divide a number by another number. Just know the rules, they are very easy. For example, now you say 3 divided by 2. Let's see if we can divide 3 in 2 places if there will be no remainder. We want to divide 3 in 2 places. Here our divisor is what? 2. So we have what? 2 groups. We are going to be allocating 3 in these 2 groups. Let's count 1, 2, 3. You see, we have allocated 3, and they will not. If we allocate this red ball into the first group, there will be nothing to allocate into the second group. What does that tell us? So it tells us that when you divide 3 by 2, there will be a remainder. There will be a what? A remainder. So for us to know the basic rules, let's look at one of the rules here. All even numbers are divisible by 2. All even numbers are divisible by 2. What are even numbers? Even numbers are numbers that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Numbers that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, they are called even numbers. So any number that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, just know that such a number can be divided by what? 2. Here, look, we have 1,216 and 1,423. The first number here is ended with what? 6, and the second number is ended with 3. So if you look at the first and the second number, according to our rule, which one here is divisible by 2? It's 1,216. Why? Because 1,216 is ending with what? 6, and 6 is an even number. So it means that 1,260 can be divided by 2 without remainder, but 1,423 cannot be divided by 2. There will be a remainder. Let's look at another rule. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits are divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits are divisible by 3. If you are given a number, for example, and you add them together, the result you get, if it's divisible by 3, it now means that that number is divisible by 3. We have 18, for example, you are given 18 to divide. Let's see if 18 will be divisible by 3. What do? We say 1 plus 8. 1 plus 8 gives us 9. And 9 is divisible by 3. So it means that 18 is divisible by 3. Between 111 and 404, which number is divisible by 3? What are we going to do? We're going to be adding 111 and 404. We add 1 plus 1 plus 1 together, and 4 plus 0 plus 4 together. 1 plus 1 plus 1 gives us what? 3. And 4 plus 0 plus 4 gives us what? 8. So which number here is divisible by 3? It's 3. So since 3 is divisible by 3, it now means that 111 is divisible by 3. 8 cannot be divided by 3 because there will be remainder. So it means that 111 here is divisible by 3. Let's look at another rule. A number is divisible by 4 if it is divisible by 2 and the quotient, which is the answer, is again divisible by 2. This is another rule again. A number is divisible by 4 if it is divisible by 2 and the quotient, which is the answer, is again divisible by 2. If you are given a question, for example, you divide it by 2, the result you get again, divide it by 2 again. It means that number is divisible by 4. Or, for example, you are given a number and the last 2 digits of that number is divisible by 4. It means that that number is divisible by 4. For example, you are given 64. So you now divide 64 by 2, gives us 32. Divide 32 again by 2, gives us 16. It now means that 64 is divisible by 4. So these are the rules. The rules are very easy for us to learn. Once you know these rules, you'll be able to know the rules of what? Divisibility. So I'm going to leave you to watch a short video. I'll be right back.
I was practicing my aim before the basketball game with 3 groups of 2 basketballs, 6 basketballs in all. Took 2 shots, got nothing but net. Then 2 more and 2 more. Yes. Now 0 balls are left. That's the difference, and we can show this as a division sentence.
6, that's how many groups of 2 basketballs. We see 3 equal groups in all, so we call 3 groups the quotient, 2 the divisor, and then 6 the dividend. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
The number divided is the dividend. The divisor divides, so that in the end we find the number of groups. That's the quotient. We can think of division as repeated subtraction.
We can think of 6 divided by 2 as repeatedly subtracting groups of 2 from 6 until there are none left over.
Let's go.
I was practicing my aim before the soccer game. 4 groups of 3 soccer balls, 12 soccer balls in all. I got the first group of 3 in the net. Then again and again and again, it was a perfect set. Now 0 balls are left, that's the difference, and we can show this as a division sentence.
12, that's how many groups of 3 soccer balls. We see 4 equal groups in all, so we call 4 groups the quotient, 3 the divisor, and then 12 the dividend. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
The number divided is the dividend. The divisor divides, so that in the end we find the number of groups. That's the quotient. We can think of division as repeated subtraction.
There are 2 types of problems when we divide.
We're either finding the number of groups,
Or the group size.
if we look at the basketballs, we can find 3 groups of 2.
Or we can find 2 balls in 3 groups, which is equally true.
The number divided is the dividend. The divisor divides, so that in the end we find the number of groups. That's the quotient. We can think of division as repeated subtraction.
Divisibility rules is more fun. There are rules you divide with fun. Divisibility rules have you find the factor of a number. Let's divide, let's start. A number is divisible by 2. A number is divisible by 2. A number is divisible by 2 if the last digits is even number. A number is divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 4. A number is divisible by 4. A number is divisible by 4 if the last 2 digits divisible by 4. That's divisibility rules. Thank you.
Welcome back, dearie. I hope you enjoyed the video. Till I come your way next time, remain the good child you are. See you soon. I love you.